Think of your top 5 video games. Chances are that at least one of them involves water. But what does that water look like? Is it dark and scary like the game Inside? Or is it dynamic and realistic like in Assassin's Creed 3? The water probably looks and behaves way differently, because there are countless ways to represent water in video games. We're making a game that takes place on a boat in the ocean, so how the water looks is extremely important. We've researched and tried out lots of methods. The first method we tried was by far the simplest and the worst looking. It was just a PNG image that scrolled to the left. It was really just more of a placeholder because there was no way I was letting the final game look like that. So we took inspiration from the game Limbo. In Limbo, there's this brief section in the beginning where you cross a lake with a sailboat. Visually, the water is very nondescript and foggy. The only hints of water you get is some refraction and wake behind the boat. So I just made the background get darker towards the bottom so it looked like water, then added white water in front of the boat. But it just felt too confusing and blurry to me. So we took a big step further. We decided we wanted really complex, realistic waves. After doing some research, we found the way you do that is with a fast Fourier transform algorithm. FFT for short. Basically, the simplest way to make a wave is with a sine wave. To make it look better, you can combine the sine wave with another wave. FFT efficiently combines thousands of these waves, turning the frequency data into a realistic ocean surface. By the way, I got most of that information from slemke.net. It's a really interesting article and you should check it out. I'll put a link in the description. There are lots of games that use the FFT algorithm, a good example being Assassin's Creed 3. They have 3D water, with FFT-based movement, which they add highlights to. They then add reflections and translucency, along with a cool effect that makes shallow water green and deeper water dark blue. The result is a beautiful, realistic Mediterranean Sea. But we realized there was an issue with the FFT method for water. On top of it being really tricky, it didn't quite fit the style of our game. We were pretty lost on what to do next, until I looked at another 2D side-scrolling game with water, Rainworld. It uses a simple sine wave and has an interesting 3D style that blends well with a 2D world. I also love the effects where everything underwater is just one color, and objects fade quickly as they go back in space. It gives the water a nice murky atmosphere. But how were we going to do something similar for our game? We had no idea how to make an ocean that looked like that. We just started by making a simple blue surface deformed by a sine wave. We also made it so it clipped the boat out so you could see the hole underwater. Then I got the idea to add a second slightly offset wave surface with a lighter color behind it, so it looked like a 3D wave. It looked pretty good, but something was still missing. See how the boat looks a little off? It looks like it's too far towards us. If the waves were actually 3D, you would be able to see where the boat intersects the water, but since it's 2D, the boat just kinda looks like it's flat up against the surface of the water. The solution was deceptively simple. I just duplicated the front wave surface again, matched it with the back wave surface's color, then moved it up and back slightly. It made a line that covers the boat, and the difference is huge in my opinion. Personally, I'm pretty happy with the final design. The only next steps are adding raindrop splashes in the water and a bubble effect. Anyways, that's it for this devlog. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.